Okay, so we're looking mainly at the short game. We'll come back to the long game to sort of finalise off this, but mainly with the short game there. Nice little bit of centre there. Nice gentle kind of shift onto that left side. You've got just left of centre at address, which is good. See your left shoulder. If I just draw a straight line would help, wouldn't it? You can see your shoulder there now. I clear that. That shoulder now kind of just outside your foot, and then this shoulder here kind of just inside. So you kind of just moved over a little bit left, help get a nice sort of pre-impact position, okay? And the thing is, that's fine, yeah. And the torso now is moving. You can see back and forth as you come through. Everything's now finishing. Your shoulders are fully rotated. The club now is in front of you, and it's in front of your chest, 90 degrees to that shaft angle. Okay, so a lot of good things there. We're moving everything now as a movement of your chest and torso. So your left arm and your chest kind of going through as one. There's no excessive flick or pull or twist this way. It's just a nice kind of turn around the corner. Like I say, almost like your hand shaking the target there with your right hand. Okay, so you're here now going, okay, there you go. Yeah. You're going round this way. You're using the bigger muscles to kind of slow the club down.
Does that sort of transfer through to the full swing as well?
Not as much. The full swing has a slight kind of separation with hands and body. Okay, so your body will kind of work a bit early to kind of get a slingshot kind of effect. Yeah, okay. So the chipping would be kind of a bit more connected. So here's kind of a chipping motion, this left arm and chest arm underneath here, kind of this way. Whereas long game is kind of this way, and then more of a sort of at the ball, a bit more a snap release of the golf ball, which to be fair you get really good, to be fair, so I wouldn't really worry about that in terms of the difference. But ultimately when you're playing pitch shots or chip shots or shorter shots, we slow the club head down by moving this faster. The more that speeds through, the more the hands keep going through, the later the club comes to the back of the golf ball, so it kind of comes through almost like a glancing blow. Long game wise, we talked a bit about this sort of leg on the way back. Just sort of showcase there with that right leg now. You're keeping some flex in that. It's not locking back there now. As we come back to the golf ball now, club's going from a good path. Good release of the club there now. Up over your left shoulder there now. It's good movement. Yeah, nice and balanced, nice and full finish. Keeping your spine angle, club round there, decent. Okay, that movement with the turn that we've talked about is definitely coming into play now, and you are getting a better turn. The odd one or two, I think, where you slightly top it, you probably just don't quite get there. I would say
I don't quite get
you probably get, you probably get to about here somewhere. I would say long term, I would want that to go a little bit further.
Yeah,
okay. If we said kind of like, there is your cut-off, okay, anywhere from there to there to there is fine, but I'd rather you be more on this sort of blue line, more there in time. Not necessarily now, because that's just like a whoa, big old turn, okay? But rather than being on the edge of where you can be, just move a little bit further away from the edge kind of thing. It's like a little kid going, don't go on the edge of the cliff there, sir. Just move inside, just give yourself a little bit more margin for error. Just takes away that. If the backswing gets a bit short and a bit flat, it's quicker coming down, you get those blocky and toppy ones, okay? So if you feel on the golf course, you're getting shots kind of going over there, or the old kind of like tops down the fairway, you probably haven't quite turned enough and got your arms back far, you've got a bit kind of short, a bit snatchy on it, okay? But generally, long game, I say that the drives you on there, if you fair down, were really impressive. So yeah, there's nothing to be wrong with that element. But the short game, what we discussed last time, and I think this movement, especially with the chest and torso, is very bunker element as well. Turning through the ball as much as you can. Some of the bunker shots we saw last time, almost like you were committing and just stopping at the ball. Yeah, if you don't commit through it, the club's going to slow down, and we want that club to keep going through, and to keep going through using the bounce, you've got to keep just having going through the ball. Yeah, if you go stop at it, you're going to feel it. Yeah, okay, mate, makes sense.
Yes,
very good. But I say next